Well, hello there. I'm Mandy. Thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking and hitting that subscribe button below down there. If you haven't already, please do so. Appreciate it. And today I am going to share with you my first experience doing a cold plunge out in Lake Simcoe.
Morning. I'm here with Jenna. She's my friend and my client. And we are here. We're going to do what?
A polar bear dip.
A cold plunge. Now we don't know what the temperature of the water is, but I do know it's only 4 degrees outside today. So it's
gonna be
definitely
cold. The ice just melted.
Yeah, it's gonna be colder than 4 degrees, that's for sure. So we're gonna shoot for 10 minutes for our first plunge.
Hi everybody, I am all hot showered up and I feel like my core temperature is back to normal. It does take a few hours for your body temperature to come back to normal, so if you do cold plunging or ice bathing at night, it's hard to get to sleep. So I always recommend doing it early in the day because you feel wide awake for hours after and your body's trying to regulate back to its normal temperature. Today I checked Lake Simcoe temperature and it was 1.1 degrees Celsius, so it was pretty cold. It felt colder than what I usually do at home with 2 bags of ice, and it was super fun, and even 2 minutes, really makes a difference. So if you're interested in like starting to do something like this, just even doing it for 30 seconds to a minute or starting with cold showers, you just build up tolerance. And I can do 10 minutes in my home ice bath, but the lake is very different psychologically. So anyways, it was super fun, Mandy. Thank you. We're going to do it again. Woo.
So
Bye.
this is day 2. Oops.
We have a visitor.
Hello, puppy. So day 2, we kind of have a better idea how we're going to go about this, a little more idea in our breathing techniques and about keeping it calm. So we're going to go for 2 minutes and let's do it. The breathing,
First minute?
the fire,
Right now?
yeah. Okay. Well, as we go in, so, you only have it set for 2. Okay, hold on. And it's just about surrendering to it. You ready? I can't see the timer. I should have heard it though.
I don't think I can stay in for very long at this time.
All right, let's go. Ready?
1,
2, 3.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh shit.
In.
I can't. It's too cold. It's too cold.
Breathe.
I gotta go. I can't. Oh my god. You're at 1 minute to 18. You're at 1 minute 10. down. Okay, 45 or 40, 40. 30. I gotta get a picture of this. Staying in after I totally did not stay in. Okay, you've got 8 seconds left. Don't stand too long. Today was way harder for me than yesterday.
Yeah. Oh.
Today was definitely much different than yesterday, because you actually have the additional psychological factor of what you did the day before. So this can play on in two ways. It can be a pro and it can be a con, because it can be a pro in terms of, hey, yeah, I totally did that and I know I can do this again. Or it can play into the psychological factor of, hey, I did that and I know what it felt like, and oh my God, it's going to be hard. And so you kind of psych yourself out kind of factor. So um so in that case, I think we had the two differences. So with Jenna, was she more so got psyched out with, oh, this is going to suck kind of thing, whereas I was more like, okay, I know I got this and I can do it. I did it yesterday. I'm totally able to do it again today. Meanwhile, I did have a little bit of the, oh man, I'm not sure if I want to do this today. Maybe I'll wait a few days kind of thing, because I did go for a trail walk in the morning and I was feeling a little chill already. And it was chilly today more so. It was 4 degrees. And then when I Googled the lake temperature, 4 degrees as well. And then already feeling chilled. But when I set my mind and I want to, I'm going to do something, that's it. It's done. That's basically how it is. So it's already done in my mind. So now it's just about, the in-betweens, allowing the action to happen. So that's exactly what came into place, because Jenna wasn't sure if she was going to actually do it or if we were going to do it today. A little miscommunication happened in the morning. And she had decided, I think, psychologically, she had just decided she wasn't going to do it. Because she went to work and she was working and already at the coffee. And so that came into play for her to actually go in today and actually sustain the 2 minutes today. So, but it's a great life learning experience to be like, to sit back and be like, okay, well, what happened? Why was it possible yesterday? And then what actually happened today that was different, that came into play of why psychologically it wasn't able to flow. So for her, it's exactly what comes into play when you do not make the commitment and dedicate, like, hey, I'm going to do this right from the get-go. So she had pretty much already set herself up in her head that she wasn't going to do it. So then she manifested that, right? And so going forward, I know we're going to do it again, and she's going to do it. She did it the first day, and we're going to do it again next week. We won't record that one because we'll put everything in this. This is enough for you guys.
Cold ice bath benefits are regeneration of the synapses and nerve cells that may help boost cognitive function, preventing degenerative brain disease, reduces inflammation by affecting cytokine production and vasoconstriction of blood vessels, immunity, boosts the immune system due to the production of lymphocytes, mood, it boosts the feel-good hormones like dopamine and norepinephrine, so it may help in depression. The exposure to the cold releases the norepinephrine into the brain, where it is involved in vigilance, focus, attention, and mood. Norepinephrine reduces inflammation through the inhibition of the inflammatory cytokines. So just make sure that you clear things with your doctor, that you're doing your own research, using your own discernment, because I'm not a doctor or any expert for that. So just do your own. So also it activates the brown adipose tissue for fats. So you result in more mitochondria producing ATP via the mitochondrial biogenesis. And the more BAT you have, the better it is. BAT is healthier, so it leads to weight loss. So it's good stuff.
where did this business of cold plunging come from? Well, I'm not so sure it was invented entirely by Wim Hof. I don't know for sure, but I know that he is the one that brought it out into the mainstream and created the Wim Hof method. So if you want to look more into him, he's an amazing individual that has really practiced stepping into his supernatural self powers and also creating a method to teach others to be able to step into their supernatural powers. And this being one of them about the cold plunging. He and his story is absolutely beautiful as well. He the first time he actually plunged was he was 17. He was walking past the canal in Amsterdam, and he just felt this huge pull towards the canal just to jump into the cold water, the ice cold water, and he did that, and he just felt amazing afterwards. And from there on out, he kept doing that. He kept doing cold plunges, and then eventually he incorporated breath work techniques and created his method. He didn't actually fully create the whole method until he went through a tragedy with his family. He had a wife and they shared 4 kids, and she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And one day she just kissed the kids and took her own life, and he ended up having to deal with all that grief, despair, and being a widowed dad of 4 kids. And so he had to really utilize the cold plunge to help his own mental health at that point. And that's when he became, I think, really understood the value of it and developed the method, and then brought that out to the mainstream, to the world, to be able to help as many people as he could.
Wim Hof said, if you have a partner and you have 4 kids with her and she's declining in her mental health, then fear comes in disproportionately. You can't hold it. You have no control, and you see the decline. Back then, I was full of fear. My dreams were completely shattered. I was in the deepest of darkest possible. Well, I couldn't be there because I had to take care of 4 kids without money. So there the faith came in. I went into the cold then much more frequently because in the cold, I didn't feel the emotional agony. In the cold, you survive.
That's how you can make the best use of a tragedy, I think. So yeah, look into him if you feel called. Yeah, it's a great experience. Oh, what else? So that I would like to add. With me, I find like I really feel it in my joints. So and sometimes that will get into my head in the water, but other than that, I just had to do the research and make sure that the amount of time, the duration, the temperature, and everything is a safe amount, that nothing terrible will happen. And as long as because I talked to Jenna and I and it's interesting. I'm more of I can do it and I'm fine to do it, and I will go through whatever experience, past the pain and whatever, just as long as I know that I'm going to be safe. My health is going to be safe. I'm not going to die, anything weird. But in my mind, I will catastrophize. So like I pretty much felt like I would easily be able to stay in there longer today, except for getting in my mind thinking like, oh, I feel this cold. Oh, like how long is too long? What if, I cause myself frostbite and all those kinds of things. And I start to think that way. So, which I guess is good to make sure that you're not in there too long, because, you don't at a point that is going to be possible. So, and whereas Jenna is more like, that doesn't bother her, but the actual, like the experience of what you're feeling and, the uncomfortableness of it is the initial doing it is what kind of holds her back from it. So that was a cool discovery, doing things that are challenging and experiencing stuff like that, and then taking back and how you can apply that through how you actually live and approach life, because it can actually give you insight like that. So it's not just, physically beneficial. It's psychologically beneficial, emotionally beneficial. Everything that you do, you can learn about yourself and take that going forward. So thank you for watching and subscribing below.